Arav Jain also not done it. Hey, this is not good. I had asked you to do it specifically. Otherwise, you are going to forget it. Okay. Most of the people apart from Anup and Arav Bapat are saying no. How can you forget? And yeah. So no, this is not okay. Okay. Rohan has done it. So okay, I know 3 people have done it. Okay. But I expect everyone to do it. Okay. I don't want you to be simply taking this lightly and then forgetting it. Whatever has to be done has to be done. Okay. Just 1 second. No, then you note it down. If you forget, you note it down. If you forget, then you have to note it down in a notebook. Okay. Fine. Okay. Hey, okay, I'm going to now take it forward. Okay, so we have learnt about this the what you needed to learn. So one part of it you have learnt about the descriptive notation, but we are also going to learn about advanced concepts of notation even in the algebraic notation. Okay, so you are used to now you know the algebraic notation also, E4, E5, etc. All of that you know, and the descriptive. But what has no, later on, Bhavin, later on. Now we have started the class, so later on. So what chess players, right? They want to exchange notes or they want to write articles about chess, and as much as possible, they want all the other chess players to understand. Okay, irrespective of the language that they speak or they write. Okay, so that is why chess players came up with this language of chess notation, which is entirely symbolic. Okay, entirely symbolic notation. So you do, because if you write it like saying that white is better, white has got a space advantage, etc., then someone in France who reads only French or Portuguese or Italian or German or Russian, they will not be able to understand, right? Unless, because they can't understand. So that is what used to happen. So this was the problem earlier, because a lot of books and articles were written in German or in Russian, etc., but everybody could not do that, right? So everybody could not read each other. So what happened is they got together and they came up with a standard symbols for a lot of things that normally you will want to put in the chess game analysis. Okay, so this is what is the symbol. I think these are, see, there are more symbols, but these are the most important symbols I have given here at the bottom, and you should understand it. Okay, it is very easy to understand once you get the concept. Okay, plus sign up above the equality sign means white is slightly better. Okay, and if the reverse thing is there, then it is black is slightly better, which means that equal to sign is above the plus sign. Okay, I will tell initiative, don't just jump. So white is slightly better, black is slightly better. Okay, plus above equal or equal above plus. Okay, plus above the minus sign means white has got a clear advantage. Okay, minus above a plus sign means black has the clear advantage. Okay, so see how this one is. So then plus followed by the minus sign means white has got a winning advantage. Okay, and reverse of it, minus followed by plus means black has got a winning advantage. Okay, so this is how they will write it about who has the advantage and how much is it. Like you want to at least give 3 types of advantage. One is winning, means like he is clear, so much ahead that he's going to win it, or with a clear advantage means it is not a one game but very definite advantage is there, or there is a slight advantage. Like in the beginning, always white has got a slight advantage because he is playing first, right? So that is how those symbols are there. What is the next set of symbols? There is the equality given by the equal sign. Very easy to remember, right? Equality means, yeah, upper hand means advantage. White has the upper hand means like it is like saying in boxing or in wrestling, right? Who has the upper hand means who is like on top kind of thing, or in that is what it means. Upper hand means advantage. Okay, so infinite symbol is unclear position. Okay, that symbol that you see in mathematics, it is the infinity symbol. In chess, it means unclear position. Okay, then a square box means only move, like where you don't have too much options. because you are forced to attend to some threat or something is there, so you don't have too much option. That time they will put it as the only move. What it means is that all other moves will be very bad. Okay, so only real option that you have worth playing will be, then in that case they will do it, so that even without telling you can know that other moves, if whoever is the party, if it has other moves, it is having a clear disadvantage. Okay, that is why. Then the triangle is saying that with the idea. Okay, so for example, with, so sometimes they will say put a dot, sorry, triangle and then bishop h7 hash. What it means is, okay, white is playing this with the idea of sacrificing in, I mean sending his bishop to h7, giving a checkmate. Okay, so instead of writing it so much, they can just write triangle bishop h7 check. Okay, 7 plus, so that you know that, okay, this is what is the idea of white wants to give a check with bishop on h7, like this you can make it. Okay, then development advantage is like a circular anti-clockwise circular arrow, and circle means a space advantage, and symbol of time means time advantage. Okay, time advantage means you are ahead, right? You are ahead in time. The other side is going to take some time to reach the same level. Okay, so then there are uh, so then there are move comments on the moves. Okay, comments on the moves also starts with a see, question mark means a mistake, double question mark means a blunder, big mistake. Okay, similarly single exclamation marks means good move, double exclamation mark means brilliant move. Okay, very simple to understand, right? Question mark means you know it is a questionable thing, and a exclamation mark normally you put it for something good only, right? Okay, now there are two more symbols: question mark followed by exclamation mark. uh, uh, question mark followed by exclamation marks, then that is an inaccuracy. Okay, or a dubious move or a questionable move. Okay, may not be a clear mistake, but it is something that maybe you should not have played. Okay, minor mistake maybe. And similarly, there is sometimes you play exclamation mark followed by a question mark, means it cannot be said that it is a great move or good move, but it is an interesting move, definitely worth playing, or this one. Okay, and then zugzwang I had told you about. Zugzwang means when, what is a zugzwang? Can anybody type on the chat and tell what is a zugzwang? We had learned it in level 2. Yeah, anyone remember zugzwang? Yeah, so Vedant is right. Force, not forcing move, but where you have to make a move. You where ideally you would not like to make a move, because any move you make will lead to a bad position for you. So ideally you would like to pass the move, but because you cannot pass, you have to make a move completely, compulsorily. That is what is zugzwang. Okay, you are forced to move when you don't want to. Correct, exactly. I think Anirudh exactly put it out. No, it is not a forced checkmate. It is, zugzwang is not a forced checkmate. Okay, zugzwang is any time when ideally you would not like to make a move, because whatever you make a move, it is going to lead to some disadvantage for you. Okay, it may not be that you will lose immediately. It might be after some time, but it is okay. Okay, fine. Then there are some more symbols. Initiative. Initiative means like, see, initiative is when you are making some moves, forceful moves, and you are dictating, you are creating threats, and the other party has to respond to it. Okay, so that is what, when one after the other you make the threats, then you have the initiative. Okay, because the other party has to respond to that threat. So that is what is there. And who has it? Sometimes white has it, sometimes black has it, sometimes nobody has it. That is okay, right? Then right side arrow pointing to the right means it is with attack. Okay, so sometimes you make the move with attack, like maybe you can bring the rook to e1 after castling, and maybe it is attacking something, so maybe that is what is starting point of your attack, so maybe with attack. Okay, and naturally you will see the two arrows pointing in both direction, one below the other, means counterplay, means that both sides have got, it is not that one side is attacking, both sides have got good chances, both of sides can attack each other, or they are able to play, they are able to create threats against each other. So that is what is a dynamic position. Okay, counterplay means dynamic positions, both of them can create threats to each other. Okay, then sometimes we write about a file, because open file, we say we capture the open file with your rook, we say, right? So that is demonstrated with the that block arrow. Okay, block arrow is file, and then the diagonal arrow pointing to the right, it is, see, it is not horizontal, it is not vertical, it is diagonal. So it is talking about a bishop's diagonal. Okay, so it is talking, sometimes we will be talking about the a1 h8 diagonal, or the maybe the c4 f2 diagonal, right? b2 to g8, right? So that kind of a diagonal, Italian diagonal is there. Is no arena today. Okay, and then last two symbols are very simple: king side and queen side, right? King side is to the right. Consider that if you are white, then always king side will be to the right. That's why the double arrows, arrowheads to the right means king side, and double arrowheads to the left side means queen side. Okay, so this is sometimes given in the end games when you are describing it. Okay, who has got a passed pawn on the king side, who has got a passed pawn advantage on the queen side, etc. Then you will put like this. Okay, so remember, so this much you should be having it by heart. Okay, you should be just going through it 10 times first day, then second day 5 times, third day again 10 times, like this till you get it fully. Okay, this is very important. All right, any questions on these symbols? No, there is no symbol for apasa. It is written as e dot p dot. Okay, if at all. Sometimes it is not even written. You just understand it, because see, there is no need to write it as apasa, because you know that if g goes to f5 or something like that, then you know that that could have been possible only with apasa. So that is not written. But at the most, sometimes it is written with e dot p dot. Okay, fine. Okay, so now that you have got it, now we are going to the next thing, which is slightly complicated, not really complicated, but I'm telling you about some more symbols. Okay, oh, queen side and king side is very simple. Okay, it is just telling you, see, sometimes you have to write, Amadou, sometimes you have to tell in the game that, oh, now king side white has got an advantage or a passed pawn which is going to promote now. So that is why then what you will put it is that double arrow on the king side with a plus over minus sign, means you know that king side white has got an advantage. Okay, that is what it will be, I think. Or queen side maybe black has got an advantage, then you'll put double thing on the back thing, and then say minus sign over plus sign. That means black has the upper hand, where on the queen side. Okay, that is how you can use it. Okay, all right. So I will now, actually, you know what, I think it will be when I show the next game, you will next page, you will understand. Okay, all these symbols. See, this is a symbol. This is an example page I have given from Encyclopedia of Chess Openings or Chess Informant. It is a Yugoslav publication which came up with all these symbols. Okay, and I'll explain a lot of things what it means. This looks this looks fairly like a code, right? But it is all chess language only, and it is chess openings. Okay, so what it is telling is, this page is actually telling about a lot of variations that can happen in one particular line of one particular thing called as center counter defense, or Scandinavian defense as we call it. Okay, and it is telling you about almost 100 variations that can happen in this. Okay, but in just in one page it is able to describe. Okay, just now look carefully. Okay, it is algebraic notation, but it is figurine algebraic. What means is that figurine means for all the pieces they are showing the symbols. They are not showing nf6, they are showing the symbol of the knight, right? Symbol of the bishop. Instead of b, letter b, they have written the symbol of the bishop. Can you get it? Queen to d5. See, queen symbol, this is the symbol of the queen here. Okay, what I'm pointing out here, right? So this is what is known as the figurine algebraic notation. Okay, so everything has got a symbol. Okay, king also has got a symbol, queen also has got a symbol, rook also has got a symbol, right? That I think you know it because you have seen it. Rook has got, what is the symbol? It is that castle kind of symbol, right? So this is how. Now what it is telling you is that if one e4 d5. Okay, so which means first move is e4, black's reply is d5. Okay, Now there are a whole series of things. See here you have written 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What it means is this is what is the second move in different variations. Okay. So second move. And what are these left side? There are these these are variation numbers, main variation numbers, and then there are sub variations. Okay. So main variation number 1. Okay, at the first row here, what it means is after e4 d5, second move white takes e takes d5. Okay, and black plays knight f6. Okay, then white plays d4 and black plays knight to d5. Like this you have to go in row. In your row you have to traverse it. Okay, then you know what is being told. Okay, so e4 d5, and then you follow this entire row for line 1, then you know this is the variation that is being played. And then there are some comments. Can you see d4, and there is a superscript there, number 1, and after knight to d5 there is a number 2. These are sub variations. Okay, these a lot of games have been very compactly have been shown here or printed here. What it shows is e4 d5, e d5, knight f6, then the standard move is d4. Okay, I will just take it on the maybe we'll take it on the here so that you will be able to understand. Let us take it a analysis board. Okay, what we said is e4 d5 e d5 knight f6, and then white played d4. Okay, that is what is being shown in the here, e d5 knight f6 d4, and then black played knight to d5. Okay, that is the main things. But so this is what happened, but there are side variations. There are side variations also. So main thing is you can continue. After that, white played knight f3, black played bishop g4, then white played h3, then bishop h5. So like this you can continue, but there are also side variations, and side variations are given further in the bottom of the thing. Okay, so what is the side variation here given here? It is telling you about a game that happened. Okay, and there white did not play d4, white played bishop to b5. Okay, then black played bishop to d7, then white played. So whatever, everything that is following, it is shown what happened in a particular game of interest. And who was white? Dimitrov was white and Rodriguez was black. Where did it happen? Terrassa, someplace in Europe, 1996. Okay, and there is a further reference. This is a reference to the Informant. Informant used to publish these books, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, like this. So 67th volume, and in brackets 120 means 120th game in the 67th volume was this one. Okay, so much information they are able to give it just in so compact style, right? So this happened on third move. White varied with bishop to b5. Can you see this? Bishop to b5, and black played bishop to d7, right? Which means in this position, I will go back now. Here, go back 2 moves. After thing, on third move, instead of d4, white played bishop to b5 and black played bishop to d7, and then some other moves happened. Okay, so if you see it in leeches, how it appears, the variations appear here like this, right? You have seen this when you have made the study, etc. So this is what had happened. But in the chess publication, it is written like this with a footnote. These are called as footnotes. So there are so many footnotes because each footnote is telling you about 1 or 2 games that happened in that. Okay, so many of them. Can you see each one of them? At the end of the footnote, you will be seeing it, who played against whom, where, and which year. Okay, so that you can refer back to the full game, because sometimes the full game is not shown, only first few moves of the game are shown. Right now, suppose you are doing a deep study, you are becoming expert, you are becoming a master later on, then you will be wanting to do this. Okay, so that is how, this is how it is written. Okay, so within one page, right, you would have given you almost 100 or 50 games they would have given. Okay, this is not otherwise possible to write. Okay, let me know any questions. Let me know any questions. You understood how to read this? Okay, so e4 d5, then each one of these horizontal rows, numbered rows, are the main variations. Okay, main variations. They have talked about 10 main variations of this opening. Okay, and then they have talked about each sub variation is a game fragment. Okay. Okay, can you tell me something on row number 2? They have given dot 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 dot, and then they have given c4 and knight b6. What does it mean? Yeah, Vedant, you are right. Yeah, I have already sent this, Amudu. I've sent it last week itself, and then again yesterday also I sent it. So you have it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So the page 2 of this is of the first handout is this. Okay. Yeah. So dot 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 means whatever is there above it, same thing has been played. So in line number 2, can you see the for the moves 2 and 3 of both white and black, they have put dot dot dot, which means it is happening the same thing. What happened? E4, D5. Second move, E D5, knight F6. Third move, D4, knight D5. Fourth move, instead of knight F3, white played C4. So that is why they have given it under column 4. Column 4 is the fourth move, right? And for that they have given white played c4. So that is why they have made it. Okay. So like this. Similarly, line number 3, if you see, row number 1 itself, first half is dot dot dot, second half is queen d5, which means that e4 d5 in line number 3. What happened is e d5 happened because there is a dot 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 there. So whatever is the carry forward, whatever is there, but instead of knight f6, black played queen to d5. That is why they have given the move from the black side. They have given it in the row. Every row has got 2 moves, right? One for white, one for black. The position for white, they have given dot 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 in line number 3. Okay, so that means that is carry forward the move, and then the blacks part, they have given queen to d5, means after e d5, queen d5 happened, then knight f3, then bishop g4. Okay, so like this, the dot dot dot, you have to understand it. It is means carry forward whatever is there previously. Okay, above it, above line, whatever is there, that same thing you carry forward. Okay, so this is how it is written, and if you just see the total number of footnotes, they will go. I have actually not printed the entire page, but they go up to 75. Can you see at the last? See line number 10. If you see the last column, which is 13th move, it is 75. That means this one page is actually giving you information. Okay, there is a second page which is out, this one, but it almost 75 games it is also including. Okay, I'm telling you, this is what happened in so many things. All this is intense study. It is required, not necessarily required at your level right now, but you should know about it. When you go to the next stages and things, then you will have to, at least you should know how to read this. In probably in level 4, you will need to also study like this. Okay, but right now it is important to at least know that this is how it is written. This is the language of chess. Every time we should know about the language. See, just as in school also, right? While you learn about other subjects, but you also learn about English or Hindi or whatever, right? Because the language itself you have to know, and every year you learn it, right? Because there are new things to be learned. There are more complicated constructs, more advanced concepts to be learned. So like this, even for notation, this is the level 3 concept. When you go to level 4, I will talk about even more concepts that are there, okay, in notation itself. But every year you need to know what is the relevant for that. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Anybody has not understood this, how to read this, etc.? Now is the time to get it clarified. Bhavin, you were having some question. Can you tell what is your question? You can type out. Bhavin? Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Later on there will be a quiz also on this. Okay, so please make sure that you learn this really well. All right, can you explain about the dots? See, dots means it is just carry forward. Okay, I will explain here. I will explain again, no problem. Okay, let us look at the second half of the table. What, first of all, it is telling 1 e4 d5. In the bold it is written e4 d5, e d5, queen d5, nc3, queen a5, d4, and knight f6. Right? This is the starting point for all your variation number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, first four moves are common for all of them. So they have been given. Right? Because the fourth moves are common, so the columns are named from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, they didn't start from 2 because the common moves in the second half of the table, first four moves are common. Okay, so whatever is branching off, that only they have given. So fifth move onwards, there are a lot of variations. Okay, now the line number 6, Saharsh, please pay attention here fully. Okay, so that you get it. So what is it saying? Line number 6, bishop c4 is the white's move and bishop g4 is black's move. Okay, fine, let it be. And then something else happens after that. Okay, line number 7, instead of bishop c4, white plays knight to f3. So that is the 7th move of white. Okay, what is black's reply? Again bishop to g4. Okay, so that is what is given. And then h3, bishop h5, whatever happened on the thing. But on 8th line, what they have given is dot 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 followed by c6. Now what dot 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 means? Carry forward. Carry forward from what? From the previous line, right? What was that dot 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 is for the white's position. So what did white play in the previous line? You can type. Search, you can type. What did white play? We are in the 8th line and there is a dot 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 for white. So what did in the 7th line, what did white play? Knight f3, correct. So knight f3, right? Knight f3 is played, and then then c6 is played. So instead of bishop g4, which happened in the 7th line, in 8th line, what is happening is knight f3, you are continuing, but black's move is changing now. It is c6. Okay. So and after that, then bishop c4, bishop g4, like whatever, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After that, it is continuing. Okay. Small number and see, small number after the big number is the footnote number. Okay, that bishop c4, after that you see 57, right? That means 57th footnote you have to refer. Okay, I have not shown all the things footnotes here, but I've shown only up to 12. But beyond that, there is a page. I have not printed it here. But all this, like this 57 number, you will see it, that you go and refer, then it will tell about further about what happened like this. Okay, it just means a reference to the footnote, nothing else. This is how in books it is written. Okay, many times some extra notes you want to give, so you will put a small superscript there, number 1, number 2, number 3, like this, and at the bottom of the page normally it is written 1, this thing happened like this here, or whatever it is, some extra information which you don't want to write in the main book, but you want to tell to the reader, that is written via footnotes. So there is a concept of footnotes. So these small numbers are nothing but footnotes. Okay, they are going from 1 up to 75 in this position, in this page. All right, fine. So that is that. Actually, pretty much that is what is the advanced notation. Okay, so most important thing, because you folks, many of you have not done it, except 3 or 4 people, you have not done this. You must do this exercise. Put it, take it on a chessboard, follow the descriptive notation and try to play through the game. It is very, very important. Okay, you are not, if you don't get it, you are going to miss it, and then you are going to lose marks in the assignment later on. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to take 2 minutes to just ask how much you know about this notation. Okay, now I'm going to start with the thing, and I'm going to play some moves, and I'm going to ask one by one. You will have to tell. Okay, one by one. Everybody just take the turns telling what is the move in descriptive notation. Okay, so the same person don't keep answering again and again. Okay, so let me say I am going to move this descriptive notation. What it is, please type on the chat. Yeah, Anup. Okay, Anup has written p to q4, pawn to queen 4. Correct. Fine. So now wait. Okay, fine. Now Anup will not answer. Others can answer. Next move. Okay, fine. Okay, somebody wrote in small letters, Rujan, it is correct, but you have to write it in capital letters. Descriptive notation is always in capitals. Okay, Sarge, you can also remember. Okay, Fine. So now because Anup answered first, so now Anup will not answer. Others can answer. Okay. This is what is played. So who can write? Yeah, who wrote first? Anirudh. Anirudh wrote first, correct. And NKB3, knight to king side, bishop 3. So remember, this is no, knight to f6 is wrong, Shreya, because the symbol square names are not A1 to H8 in the descriptive notation. It is written as V Krishna also, Vamshi, it is not knight to KF6. It is knight to NKB3 is right. Amudu, you also got it right. Okay, Vedant also got it right. But first one who got it right? I think, let me see who got right first. I said, right? I think who. So, whoever got it first, I think please don't answer. Okay, but it is black. Yeah, Anirudh, right. Yeah, no, but I'm just going by who answered it first. Okay, so blacks is making the knight to king side, bishop 3. Blacks king side, bishop, third rank, it is moving. Fine. Okay, white plays this. Now Anirudh and Anup are not going to answer. Anybody else can answer. PQ B4, Vedant, just one small mistake. I think, who is that? Arav Bapat got it right, I think. Okay, don't write in small letters. No, QC4 is wrong, Vanshi. QB4. Okay, pawn to queen side, bishop 4. Yeah, typo. Okay, fine. So who wrote it first? Who wrote it first? Let me see. I think Arav Bapat wrote first. Okay, fine. So Arav, now Anup, Arav and Anirudh are not going to answer. Others can answer. Black played this move. Eden, pawn to bishop 4 was wrong. Huh? Ah, Vedant, you got it right. Vedant has also got it right. Pawn to king side, knight 3. Perfect. Okay, so now Vedant will also keep quiet. Okay. Now I am playing this. Yep, I think Amudu got it right. Knight to queen side, bishop 3. Amudu got it right first. Not queen to c, not pawn to queen c3. No. We are talking about knight coming here, and it is not queen 3. Queen to bishop 3, right? N to queen side, bishop 3. So who got it right? Amudu got it right. Okay, fine. Now, okay, it is Lakshmi. Okay, fine. Yep, Vamshi got it right. Pawn to queen 4. Yep, right. Yep, pawn to queen 4. Now, how would you write this? Yep, actually it is written as simply P crosses P. Okay, only if there is a confusion, then you will write which one. Okay, Rohan, it is just written as P crosses P. Okay, not P to Q5, because that will mean pawn has advanced to queen 5. It is killed, pawn has killed, so it is just written pawn crosses pawn. And since here there was only one possibility, you don't have to write anything. Okay, so P crosses P is the right answer. Okay, now, yep, Vihan, you got it right. Knight crosses pawn. Okay, that is it. That's all. You don't have to write, because there were no confusion. There was only one pawn that any knight could have taken, and that is what. No K. No. Search. The symbol is N, not K for the knight. Okay, and you don't write knight crosses Q4. You just simply write knight crosses pawn. Only if there is a confusion, then you will write which pawn. Knight crosses pawn P4P or knight crosses QP, etc. Okay, so I hope you got it right now. Okay, so this is how we have to You have to do it. Okay, you have to do the practice. Okay, fine. That is all I had for today. So I am going to end it now. Please do the study. Please do the homework. I am going to stop.